let's solve this question we've got in the middle of the screen here. We have 10 divided by 2 and times 5. Seems pretty basic, seems pretty easy. However, many people are going to get this problem incorrect. So if you could do this without a calculator, write your answer down into the comment section. Right here we have two options. Option A, we have 25, and option B, we have 1. So we can also check our answers in a few minutes. So it will be really interesting. So here's our question, and a lot of students arguing with each other because here is the main problem right now, because a lot of students saying, okay, 10 divided by 2 equal to 5, and we have this multiplication by 5, yeah, on the right side. So we have 5 times 5 equal to 25. So this is the first way. A lot of students say, okay, in this case the correct answer is A. And let me just erase this real quick, because right now I'm going to show the second approach. A lot of students may be saying, okay, we divide this 10 by the whole product on the right side. On the right side we have 2 times 5 equal to 10. So we have this 10 with this division in the middle. So we have 10 divided by 10 equal to 1, and we have option B. And it turns into a big argument. A lot of students arguing with each other about a correct answer, because one part of students, like 50%, said that correct answer is 25, another part tell that correct answer is 1, and it turns into a big argument. And right now I'm going to explain you how can we solve this question correctly and step by step. And for better understanding, we need to know what is the correct order to do this problem. Okay, right here we have, what do we have? We have division, and we have right here multiplication. So we have two mathematical operations, and moreover, everyone know about such mathematical operations as like addition, we have subtraction, we have parentheses, we have exponents, yeah, so something like that. And in terms of math, we need to know what is the correct order to perform these math operations, yeah. And right now I'm going to show you a correct order of operation. Like in our case, let's look at this order of operation, which is called PEMDAS. And right now, when we figure out about this PEMDAS order of operation, then we can easily say, okay, I can easily say that correct answer is either 25 or 1. I don't know exactly right now, but right now let's try to figure out about this PEMDAS order of operation, and then we can easily say, okay, a correct answer is like 25 or 1. I don't know exactly right now, but then we can easily say about a correct answer, information about a correct answer. And we can't solve this question in two options. We can't write that this is equal to 25 and this is or 1. So it's not a good thing in terms of math. We need to say that 100% a correct answer is either 25 or 1. Let's see what will happen. So first of all, let's look closely at this PEMDAS order of operation. This is like a quick checklist. So this is like a checklist. So each of these letters stands for something. So letter P stands for parentheses. So the first thing we should evaluate the expression inside parentheses, or this type of squiggly brackets, or this type of brackets. So we're talking about group and symbols, all right? So parentheses, we are talking about these elements, these things. And parentheses has the highest priority, okay? We are talking about the strict order from left to right. So it means that parentheses has the highest priority because parentheses comes first from left to right, yeah? The next thing after parentheses is exponents. So we have, for example, 2 to the power 5. Well, we need to raise this 2 to the power 5 after parentheses part and before m. M is multiplication, but a few words about this exponent. These are our powers. So we're talking about, for example, 3 to the power 100, and doesn't matter. We are talking about, basically, we're talking about these powers, 100, 5, and a lot of cases right here, can be right here, all right? And right now, exactly the case that we really need to know, that we really need to learn, this is our M and D case, because M stands for multiplication and D stands for division. And this is one common group. Right here I put like parentheses. Just keep in mind, just keep in your head that this is our group, one common group, and multiplication, division have the same priority in terms of like PEMDAS. I'm not talking about PEMDAS or in other orders. I'm talking about PEMDAS, which is like most popular order in the world, and BODMAS is the most popular order in the world as well, depending on what country you're in. So I'm talking about basic PEMDAS order of operation, okay? And right now, when we're talking about multiplication and division part, we have two cases, okay? We have two cases. Multiplication can be first from left to right, and second can be division. Or division can be first from left to right, and multiplication can be second. So we have two cases, and exactly, if we look closely, we can easily consider it. For example, let's look at 3 divided by 2 times 5, or 3 times 5 divided by 2. So we have two cases. And what is the correct order to perform these mathematical operators? Of course, we are talking about the same priority. So whenever you have a mixture of multiplication and division, you need to scan what is the first sign from left to right. Doesn't matter what do you have. Of course, when you need to have multiplication and division, make sure you don't need exponents, parentheses, addition and subtraction, because H stands for addition, S stands for subtraction. But I'm not talking about A and C, because I'm talking about addition, subtraction. I'm talking about multiplication and division right now, all right? So when we have a mixture of multiplication and division, we need to scan what is the first sign from left to right, all right? And in this case, the first sign from left to right, let me change my pen real quick. So right here, the first sign is division, so we need to perform division first. And right here, in this case, we have a mixture of multiplication division. So it means that multiplication comes first from left to right, all right? So in this case, multiplication will be first, all right? So it was a quick introduction to PEMDAS order of operation, all right? I really hope you understand this note, the thoughts about it. And right now, let's look closely at our question. So first of all, we have our question, and basically when you have this type of question, doesn't matter with parentheses, exponents, with a lot of these complicated things like addition, subtraction, exponents, parentheses, or inner parentheses, it can be like something like that, inner parentheses, which is like a little bit complicated for us, but doesn't matter. We don't have it, okay? Right now we don't have it. So first of all, every time you have this type of expression, just write this quick checklist, okay? So we have PEMDAS, okay? PEMDAS. And right now we need to scan what do we have right here, okay? It goes from the top to the bottom. We are talking about order from the top to the bottom. And right now let's scan what do we have in our question, all right? First of all, parentheses. Let's scan where do we have parentheses. For me personally, I don't see any of those. We don't have any parentheses, so we just skip this part. Let's go to the next step. The next step is E exponents, and to be honest, we don't have any squares, we don't have any cubes, we don't have any fifth power, so we don't have the thing we need to rate it, okay? So we can easily skip this part. We don't have exponents. Right now, if you look closely, we have multiplication right here, and we have D. It stands for, in not the correct order, like we have multiplication right here, and we have division right here. So this is exactly our case. And moreover, we don't have addition and subtraction. So we have only multiplication and division part. And let's look closely, because I explained this thing like a few minutes ago. We have right here our case. We have division, multiplication part. And what we do when we have a mixture of multiplication, division? Well, we need to scan what is the first sign from left to right. Let's do this. So let's scan the first sign from left to right. Of course, obviously, we have two signs, division and multiplication. Left side is right here, right side is right here. What is the first sign from left to right? Wherever mathematical operator comes first from left to right, obviously this is this division. So the first thing, we need to divide 10 divided by 2. So we have 10 divided by 2. This is our first step. We have right here 5. And the very basic thing, because we still have this multiplication. So right here we have 5 times 5 equal to 25. So according to PEMDAS, correct answer is 25. All right, we have a mixture of multiplication, division. We don't have parentheses, we don't have exponents, we don't have addition, we don't have subtraction. We have only multiplication, division group, and we need to look at it. What is the first sign from left to right? But few words about this question, because a lot of students might be saying, okay, let's look closely in the beginning. All right, so just keep in mind this 25. I'm going to go back to this a little bit later. Let's look closely at our question. All right, and a lot of students might be saying, hey, mister, we divide this 10 by the whole product on the right side, so we can consider it as division of 10 by the whole product on the right side. A lot of students say this like that. They say, okay, we divide this 10 by the whole product on the right side. Well, it turns into a big argument. A lot of students arguing with each other, but it just depends on what you're typing on exam and on computer, what you're typing, because right here it looks like you divided 10 by 2 and then you multiply it by 5. But if you want to mention that you need to divide this 10 by the whole product on the right side, well, you need to consider these two interpretations. So the first interpretation looks like that. When you wanted to divide this 10 by the whole product on the right side, you need to use the thing which is called vertical orientation. When you want to mention like that, you can easily consider it as 10 divided by 2 times 5. Just write this expression like that when you want to consider it as 10 divided by the whole product on the right side. Or even easier way, you can easily put parentheses, okay? You can easily write it as 10 divided by 2 times 5. So in this case, we have 1 In this case, a correct answer is 1 as well. And here's the few thoughts, because use brackets to immediately eliminate the ambiguity in this problem, okay? Or vertical orientation, two cases. The first case, when you want to mention that you want to divide this 10 by 10, just use vertical orientation. This is the first case, and the correct answer will be 1. Okay, so right here's our answer. We have 1, and in this case use parentheses, and then you will immediately eliminate the ambiguity in this problem, right? Or parentheses the first case, or vertical this orientation, and then you can easily say, okay, I divide this 10 by the 2 times 5, or I divide this 10 by 2 times 5 but inside the parentheses. And in both cases you can easily say, okay, in this case correct answer will be 1, sorry, yeah? And in this case correct answer will be 1 as well. And here's the key moment, the main rule right here: just try to be unambiguous about what we are trying to present. If you wanted to present division by the whole product, just use vertical orientation or parentheses. Nothing hard in this question, and maybe you can easily compare both interpretations in a calculator with parentheses and without parentheses, because when you plug in this, let me just erase this stuff real quick, when you plug in this question in parentheses with parentheses in your calculator, correct answer will be 1, and the calculator say, okay, when you wanted to divide this 10 by the whole product, just use parentheses or vertical orientation. But in this case we don't have parentheses, and according to all known order of operation like PEMDAS, I'm talking about basic things, I'm talking about basic method, because for example, if we consider PEMDAS, like something like that, and maybe someone know about this PEMDAS, or even another thing like BODMAS, something like that, well, we're talking about special cases. I'm talking about PEMDAS, which is like the most popular order in the world. Like right here, you can easily see it. And we are not talking about implicit multiplication. We are talking about basic stuff everyone learned at school, because we are talking about basic things right now. And I really hope you understand my explanation. I really hope you understand my thoughts about it, because this is extremely important topic. A lot of students arguing with each other. They say, okay, right here we need to multiply it first, right here divide. Well, when you don't have parentheses and vertical orientation case, the correct answer will be 25. So if correct answer for you is 25, well, you can easily be happy about your basic math. But when your answer is 1, maybe you live in the type of country where like this is okay, I don't know exactly, but in terms of like PEMDAS order of operation, when you say that correct answer is 1, well, I'm not agree this. I prefer this 25, which is extremely important thing in terms of math, but it happens because it depending on what country you're in, maybe a lot of countries use another order of operation, so it's great. I prefer 25 as a correct order, a correct answer, and you can easily check this in math libraries. You can easily plug in this question in a calculator. For example, you plug in this question in a calculator, but plug in the whole question, okay, from left to right, and then you type enter, and your calculator in 99% say that correct answer will be 25, and you can easily check it. You can easily right now check it with me, and then you can easily write your notes about this question down into the comment section. So in this interpretation, correct answer is 1. In this interpretation with parentheses, correct answer is 1 as well. With vertical orientation and with parentheses, correct answer is 1. Without it, we need to know about PEMDAS order of operation, which is extremely important thing in terms of math. It tells us the main rule. So the main rule is next. Just try to be unambiguous about what you're trying to present. If you wanted to present the division by the whole product, well, you need to put parentheses right here, right? Which is extremely important things in terms of math. So we really hope you understand my explanation. I really hope you understand my note about it. You can also write your notes down into the comment section. You can really write what do you think about this type of question. And thank you for everyone for your time. Wish you all the best. See you in the next videos.